All right. Hey guys. So, welcome to Module 3. I am going to walk you through some training materials that are in your Coach Online office, which, if you did the previous modules, you should know how to log in there and kind of navigate through it. So, I'm going to share my screen with you so I can kind of show you how to get to the coach or the training that I want you to do. All right. So, let me go back here. All right, so when you're in your, let me go to the home screen. This is what it's gonna look like when you first log in. If you remember, you're gonna see this screen that has your coach ID and all of that information there. Once you're on that page, you wanna go to the training tab up here at the top, click on that, and then you're gonna see getting started. Click on the getting started link, and that will bring you to this page. Now, if you got the welcome email before we started this group, you should have seen this link to this video, and you should have already watched the first 30 minutes, which kind of reiterates how to set up your websites, which we already did, earlier in this training. What I want you to focus on is the first 30 hours and the first 30 days. So first, I'm going to click into the first 30 hours. And there are a couple of tools here for you. You're going to want to print both of these documents off, your business quick start guide and your coach action plan. And by the end of this module, you should have those filled out. So, make sure that you have those printed off and you take the time to actually fill them out. So let's start with a quick start, the business quick start guide. All right. So this is a place for you to write down your coach ID, which I showed you how to find that. This is the phone number in case you ever have any issues with your coach office account or anything with getting people signed up under you or things of that nature. This is the phone number to call, or you can also click on this link for a live chat. And you want to write in here these three people, your sponsoring coach, which is me, most likely, unless one of my coaches invited you in here, then it would be them. You should also see on your home page who your Upline Diamond coach is and your Upline Star Diamond coach, okay? So all their information is on your home screen, so make sure you write all of that down. That way you have it, in front of you if you need anything. All right, and then you should have, like I say, you should have already set up your coach profile website. So go ahead and write in, right here, your screen name. So you have that. Once you've completed all this, shoot me a message. I'm actually going to have you comment below this module to let me know that you completed it. And then what we'll do is actually set up a time to chat and talk through everything that you filled out on these papers, and kind of discuss your personal goals so that I know how I can best support you, and make sure that you are, doing the daily actions that you need to do to accomplish those goals for how you want to run your business, okay? And everyone's different, so that's why we have you fill this out, because I want to make sure that I'm gearing everything towards what you want to get out of this business. All right, so get connected. These are all of the Team Beachbody pages on social media. I highly recommend at least joining the Facebook one. A lot of great information rolls out there every single day. You can also request to join the Beachbody Champions page. That's a really great place to be because you get a lot of great information from the top coaches in the industry. So they always have a lot of helpful ideas and tips for you to utilize. And there's also a national, we call it our National Wake Up Call. That is every single Monday, 8 a.m. Pacific time. So if you're on the East Coast with me, that would be 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to listen live at that time, you want to dial in a couple minutes before, and this would be the phone number that you would dial here. If you're not available at that time, they do have a playback phone number that will stay there all week. So you can dial this number and listen to it later if you're not available live. There's also a Team Beachbody podcast. So you can listen to it there on your own time as well. But I highly recommend committing to doing this every week, whether it's live or after the fact, because there's always a ton of great information there. A lot of times they'll announce new things that are coming there first, so you don't want to miss out. And I typically in our team page will post a reminder about this and ask you guys to comment with your takeaways from the call. So definitely highly recommend you put that on your schedule. All right, on the right-hand side here, it talks about our 4 vital behaviors, which I am going to get more into that in another module, so I'm not going to spend too much time on that, but it's a great reminder for you to remember these are all the things that you should be doing consistently as a coach. All right, so that's the first 30 business quick start. Okay, I'm sorry, my head is in the way. I'm trying to get back. Okay, there we go. Then your coach action plan, again, make sure you have that downloaded. And this is a little bit more where you're going to kind of write, what you want out of this business for you. So I want you to kind of write and think about, why it is that you decided to become a coach, and, take up the space here and write that out. The reason this is important is because you're going to have difficult days in this business, and it's really helpful to have this written down so you can go back and read it to remind yourself why you're doing what you're doing and to help you push through those difficult days, okay? First 30-day goal. So it's going to have you write in how many people, do you want to help join the challenge group, and how, what are you looking to earn in commissions in the first 30 days? You want to check off when you complete this Coach Basics training. You want to check off that you're planning to stick to your fitness program and your Shakeology every day. And if there's any other specific goals you have for the first 30 days, you can write that in here. All right, now we get into the action steps of how you're going to accomplish those things. All right, so you need to decide on social media, how many posts do you plan to do daily or weekly? I will tell you that the standard, what I try to do is 2 to 3 posts on social media a day. Okay, now that might be a little bit much for you just starting out, but you do need to be consistent about it. So decide on a number and, try to stick to that, okay? Starting new conversations with people. So again, think about how many, people you need to talk to each day or each week to start building your business and to start getting new customers and potential coaches. All right. And then how many people are you going to talk to about what their goals are related to their fitness, nutrition, mental attitude, and all of that? How many people are you planning to follow up with each day or each week that you already started conversations with? And, of course, are you planning to work out every day, 6 days, 5 days, and you should be drinking your Shakeology all 7 days a week. Make sure you write that all down. And then personal development, what length of time are you willing to devote to that each day? I personally do at least 20 minutes of reading a day. Sometimes it ends up being a little bit more than that because I'll also add in a podcast while I'm doing things around the house or getting ready for work. But you want to commit to how much time you're able to, I don't know the word is that I'm trying to find. How much time are you willing to allow for personal development each day? And then challengers, when you have people that start to join you as customers, how are you going to plan to recognize them? Now, this doesn't have to be a daily thing. It could be once or twice a week in your challenge groups that you're doing a shout out to a specific challenger. It doesn't have to be daily, but that's totally up to you how you want to run your challenges. All right. Now think about the overall time. How much time are you willing to commit to your business per day or week? And write that in here. Okay. And then your commitment, think about some of the obstacles that you might run into. Is it a time issue? Is it, you're worried about, rejection from people? There's tons of things that could come up. Is it a financial thing? Whatever could be a potential obstacle, write it in here. And then your accountability check-in. So this is something that you can work out with me. I do like to check in with you guys at least once a week through Messenger or text message or, video, Zoom, conferencing, whatever works best for you, just to, kind of gut check and see where you're at this point. Whether you're sticking to your activities that you said you were going to do, if there's anything that you're struggling with, and what we can do to help you get over those things. Okay. And then just a couple of housekeeping items. So these, obviously you're in the Coach Basics group now, so you can check that one off. I should have already added you to a challenge group, and if I have not, please tell me that I missed that. But you should already be in a challenge group, so you should be able to check that one off. And then, as you start out, I typically will allow you to invite your customers to my challenge group. Unless you feel comfortable, starting your own right away, then of course you are welcome to do that and invite them to yours. But typically that's the way we start out. And I'll give you, some responsibility in posting in the group as well and leading some of the little mini challenges so that you get used to doing that. So that when you are ready to do your own, you've already gotten some experience out of it. Okay. And then have you connected with me or, anyone on our team and the Team Beachbody, Facebook page and all that stuff. All right. So those are your homework assignments for the first 30 days. And I want you guys to have those completed definitely before we finish this entire Coach Basics training, because that's going to really help you kind of focus and zero in on what you need to be doing. All right. So now I'm going to go back to this page again. And I want to talk a little bit about the first 30 days. So we're going to click on this. All right, now there's two things here for you to print off as well. Your Coach Basics Participant Guide. Now, again, some of this we're going to go through in modules, but it's good to have this printed out, in case there are things that we don't cover that you want more information on. It's just kind of giving you, a couple of things to keep in mind. It's reminding you about the first 30 action plan. That you should be setting up a contact list. There is a tool called the Memory Jogger in your back office that is a really great thing for you to print off to give you some ideas of like who you have in your life that you can kind of talk to about the opportunity to either be a challenger or a coach. This is a great app that you're going to want on your phone, so please download that. This is a way to track your business activities. There are other options, so if you don't like this one, doesn't mean that you have to use that, but it's a great place to start until you kind of get into the swing of things and figure out what works better for you. All right, so let's just talk about getting organized and, making sure that you're sticking to your daily actions, seeing it through to the end. This is more related to the challenge group side of things, making sure that you are participating in the Beachbody Challenge, even though you're a coach. I will tell you that I have a free t-shirt for every single program that I've completed so far. They'll continue to allow you to enter over and over again. So take advantage of that. You at least get a free t-shirt out of it. And who doesn't like free t-shirts? But there's also the opportunity to win, cash prizes. So take advantage of it and make sure you are reminding your challengers of this as well. Okay. Challenge Pack just explains what that is, what a challenge group is. There is a challenge tracker app that sometimes we'll use for our challenge groups that you can download as well. This talks about how you earn Success Club points, which again, we'll go more into that in a later module, and how you can actually become a success starter in the first 3 months of your business if you really want to go all in with this right off the bat. And a little bit about what we call our leadership ladder, which is just different benchmarks to strive for as you're getting started in your business. Okay, so that was that one. And then let me go back again, and we're going to go to this one. This is really great for you to print off, again, to remind you some of the basic information about what's in Shakeology and how you can share it. So, you know, it just reminds you here to write down, like, you guys know how you feel after you eat something or drink something you shouldn't. I mean, we all know it doesn't make us feel good, but write that down, because it's a reminder to drink your Shakeology, you know, to put something good in your body. And maybe you don't have a lot of experience yet with Shakeology to be able to answer this question, but if you don't yet have the experience, you know, write down what you hope that it will do, you know, or what you hope it will change for you. Oh, okay, here we go. Share your experience. So it's giving you ideas here of how you can share Shakeology on social media. Okay, couple of things, some space for you to write some things down. Okay, and then there are some marketing tools and things that you can use as well. So here's just showing you how to get there. There are some videos that you can also share with potential Shakeology customers. And then there's also a podcast and YouTube and, you know, Shakeology.com. So there's tons of resources for you guys to, you know, look at information, because sometimes you'll get interesting questions that are kind of off the wall. You might not know the answer to it, and there are lots of resources here that you can go in and, you know, find that answer for that person. So, you know, make sure you have those tools readily available. All right. And then here, this is really just for you, to remind you, and these are definitely things that you can tell people, you know, that are your prospects, you know, why you need this, why they need this. You know, explain a little bit more about what's in it, what it does for you, and, you know, just goes through all the details here. And then, you know, a couple of do's and don'ts. So this is really important. Do's is sharing your experience with Shakeology. Now, I don't do it daily. I think that's a little overkill, honestly. But at least a couple times a week, you should be sharing, you know, what you're experiencing as a result of drinking it. Okay. And, you know, encourage using multiple flavors. Yeah, just to keep it interesting. Make sure you're talking to people about the 30-day money-back guarantee, because sometimes it's just an issue of finances. And this, you know, people get nervous about spending money if they don't know they're going to like it. So, you know, remind them there is a 30-day money-back guarantee. So there really is no risk financially. They can try it, and if they absolutely hate it, they can get all their money back. All right. Don'ts. Okay, so don't make any medical claims about Shakeology. You're not a doctor. Maybe you are. You know, you may actually be in the medical field, but it's not FDA approved or anything like that. There is no, you know, clinical. Well, there have been studies and things like that, but there's nothing, no proven, you know, anything that you could say in the medical sense. So please do not ever do that. You can share what, you know, if you have customers who have had a condition and that they've noticed, you know, changes related to their condition as a result of drinking. So you can share testimonial type things, but you can't claim that it will cure anything, okay? And please don't call it a protein shake, all right? It is not a protein shake. Is there protein in it? Yes, There is protein in it, but it's not a protein shake, okay? There's so much other good stuff in there. It is not a protein shake. All right, and again, I already covered this, but don't try to be a scientist or a doctor and claim you know that those sorts of things about it. Okay, and you can always share recipes. There's a bunch here, and they give you an idea here how you can share, videos on social media of you making it, so that people kind of understand what it's about. All right, so those are all of your tools. So make sure that you go in and print off those 4 things: the 3 steps to share Shakeology guide, the Coach Basics participant guide, and then if I go back, those were both in your first 30 days, and then make sure you also print off the first 30 hours. There were 2 documents there: the Business Quick Start Guide and the Coach Action Plan. Okay, so print off those 4 things, start filling them out and doing the action steps that they have on there. I realize this may take you more than a day. So you have, you have until the end of the Coach Basics training to get that finished, ideally. I understand that there are circumstances that come up or personal situations where that's not possible, but please let me know that if that's the case. But otherwise, I do expect you guys to complete all 4 of those things and let me know when you have by commenting below this module. All right, best of luck to you guys. And again, if you have any questions or you're not sure about something or how to find it, any of these things, or you're not sure what to write, I'm always here to help you brainstorm and work through things. All right. Okay, thanks guys. That is module 3, and I will post the next module tomorrow. All right, take care.